Everybody got introduced to.
Yeah, because we wasn't, you know, the cocaine was the white people thing.
It wasn't.
Yeah, we like.
Let me tell you this, not to cut you off, but do you remember at one time snorting coke was some ballers?
It was. Yeah. That was the white people ballers.
Because I think, you know,
that's why they really didn't press it hard when it was just the white people snorting in the clubs and all that.
Because nobody could afford it, and really, you had a few people that was cleaning their safes out and that stuff, but it wasn't really widespread. Because my daddy showed me a ring, you know, my pops, he showed me a ring that he had a little secret compartment, and that was like the pledge stuff. You know,
you know, in the club.
Big dog.
You know, yeah, they were big dogs. You know, they with the little ring on, flip the cat. Yeah. Then you take the little, tell the little bra here, put it up to her nose to get her little hit.
And then kiss the ring.
What happened was we got it. They introduced it to us, and the gang of niggas started getting rich. And just niggas. And that's when they started coming down hard. Because when it was just the white people in the club, in the Studio 54s and shit, it was crack. It was
everybody was doing it.
Cuban people was knocking each other off. You hear all them stories. You never heard nobody getting all this time for selling no dope.
No, they didn't trip off of that. Soon as niggas started making money.
Well, gee, I'm going to tell you the difference between that. Contrary to popular belief, most of those people were based in other countries. They had people over there that did work. Like you had Griselda Blanco over here that was doing her thing and whatever. You had whoever else down there, but most part, Pablo was over there. Pablo was doing what the hell he wanted to. He owned the government. He built his own jail and everything. So
he didn't escape that.
Yeah, couldn't nobody get to him. But he, you know, his hubris was the cause of his demise, though. You know, he was just, if he'd have just did that little time in that jail he built, he probably became president of that mother. And just chill. He didn't have to. He didn't have to.
So what about the science though? Like, so no disrespect. Niggas ain't scientists, and we ain't important. Like, rocks.
I'm asking.
Rocks is way more addictive. Rocks is way, according to users. Rocks is way affect you way more than powder. Like niggas gonna destroy their life trying to get that same feeling, that orgasm, whatever, that extra bomb feeling of rocks. That you don't get that from powder.
Oh no, powder don't give you. Powder is a whole different high, I believe.
So who was the scientist?
I tried to try powder by accident one time.
Yeah, by accident.
And I was pissed off.
My nigga said,
no, listen to me. Listen to me. And I was mad.
I tried this powder.
No, listen to me.
We listening.
You know, G, I didn't start smoking weed till I was in my 50s. You ain't never know me to smoke no weed prior to that.
I did. I didn't notice you to smoke until I started hanging around you, and I'll be up at the show, start going, this nigga over here.
Yeah, because because what it was, bro, I found a remedy for my knee, right? You know, arthritis, football injuries, right? So I found something that was a cool alternative that didn't make me feel like I was constipated. And see, I'm gonna tell you this, bro, and I'm being 100. At one time, my doctor was giving me a 9-day supply of Vicodin.
How did you try?
Man, how you gonna come on my show?
It's just powder.
Come on. Well, I had a cousin. I ain't gonna put his name out there. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not. It's not okay. No, it's not okay.
Still did not get the rat.
He was the one that was known for really getting down. Like this nigga, when we was 13, he was taking fifths of Wild Hours Rose to the head and go play football and get busy. So he had some weed one day, and I was trying to be cool. We was hanging out with some broads, and I remember they was playing this Chub Rock song. We in the projects. Yeah, we in the projects. So and he said, go on and hit the joint. So I hit it.
Oh, Primo. So you got.
And I'm trying. No, it wasn't rocks. It wasn't like it was powder. He didn't
sprinkle it.
No, that freebase.
Yeah,
no, that's explain it to you real quick. Freebasing is when you got the powder. They're doing the same thing that rocks, but it's a way more expensive high because you burning up a lot of cocaine. You burning up a lot of dope, right? So when I tried it, I didn't really know it. Actually, I didn't even know, like, I didn't know how to smoke weed back then. I was just like this. But the thing that got me, I was on my way home, and I just felt like a numbness come over my whole face. And it's like my face was froze, man.
It was like it feel good, man.
I didn't like it, bro, because I wasn't. You gotta remember,
I wasn't rocks.
I wasn't used to get like because I didn't get high, but I was just like crunk. I was just like crunk. Just imagine you can't feel your face, man, and you just up. I stayed up for like 2 days and I didn't know what was wrong with me. I stayed up like 2 days and wasn't nowhere near going to sleep.
Damn.
And I asked him, I said, man, I don't want to smoke no more weed. He said, nigga, that was that powder.
Fire this shit up.
I wanted to, but Big Dog probably whooped my ass. That was my big cousin.
Fire this shit up.
I was mad, though. I was upset because to me, that was like being a smoker back then. And I didn't, I was like pure. I was an athlete. I detested drugs because it was embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about people blaming rap, rather hip hop for spreading the messages?
Well, hip hop has
being
like. Let me be real right here. I'm gonna say something that's real, and this gonna sound hypocritical as hell. I really believe that hip hop definitely played a part, and I don't think it's our fault, right? We was telling the story, right? But gangsterism is intriguing, bro. Selling dope is hell of intriguing. I never felt more alive than when I sold dope, dog. To be honest with you, and I'm just because I'm serious, man. And it was bad, dog. But I'm talking about me. I wasn't as evolved as I am now, man. I was young, dog. I was a baby.
You had them bills in your pocket, they folding up,
and it's like and it's just quick because you go to that chance, pull out, and it's not like I was getting like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 out there.
Yeah. 500.
I just remember I went from a dude trying to borrow $2 from the homie in the locker room to now I got $3,500 in my pocket, man, just like that quick. And I'm going to Tommy Burger, and I'm the nigga that's pulling out the thing right now. I got the scores on. And the bros looking at me like I'm the ball. You know what I'm saying? You feel good. You feel good.
Tap into your manhood.
Yeah, like, nigga, I got money, got some fit on. I can buy these bitches a couple of value packs and shit.
Back then, you know what I mean? Out that little chili cheese fries for everybody.
Were you successful?
I don't know if you can be successful in that trade because I think about it now and it's one of my life's biggest regrets because I think about it now as a grown man and I think about some of the people I encountered when I was doing that because contrary to what people say, you had different people. Like I had homies that would beat the smokers up.
Yeah, piece of shit.
I would never like that, dog, because you got all smoker wasn't just raggedy people. It'd be people, but I saw them deteriorating to that. I remember there was this girl. She used to just come, she was older than me, but she used to just come just on weekends only, like Friday, and she was like, hey, you got this? And she would get it. She would be with her little friends, and I saw her go. When I saw Fonby driving her car, that's when I knew she was gone.
Nigga, great. Rent us some cluck cars. I don't give a damn. Nigga, come on.
Bro, and she came.
Dub, nigga, and drive the motherfucker till tomorrow.
And she came one day, dog, and you know how the hair started getting tethered and stuff, and she got the little shake, and she was trying to keep her composure because we used to have conversations, and I said, you all right? She was like,
that Menace Society burger.
No,
he definitely asked.
I'm trying to. But I want to go for it.
Still says she tried to. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel contempt in my heart for her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized, man, I don't think I had the conscience to be I could have been because the thing is, you don't have to have no hella traits to be a drug dealer. You have to have
no conscience.
But you don't have to have a conscience, dog. It comes with a thing. You have to be a heartless dude because I would see homies, man. I'm gonna tell you, dog. I've seen some dudes do some cold shit, dog.
No. Listen. Before I get to that, did you ever make a rap about selling dope?
Oh, yeah.
You did. What was your best rap about selling dope?
Hmm?
What was your best rap about selling dope that you remember?
Shit, man, it was so many of them. Shit,
you know, he still said I'm gonna do a few dope man rap.
I
was the first Young Jeezy.
No. See, I was more of the reality of it, dog. I wasn't like no nigga. Because, see, every rapper you hear, everybody wasn't selling no 40 keys, dog. I never made it past a motherfucking zone, Harley. You know what I'm saying?
Because you was one of those, you was just...
Getting that money.
I'm just a normal functional drug dealer. I just need to get what I need to get for the day and whatever, yeah.
And I don't even know if I had no interest, because you got to think about it. I was a dude that was just supplementing my income, because I wasn't out there to be doing that shit. I was out there just caught up in the wrong shit.
Get you some.
You feel what I'm saying? Because you get some money. You want to get some money. And my stuff was survival. I didn't come from a background where other niggas in the apartment had parents sending them $1,000 a month or whatever. Man, I was lucky if I got $50 through Western Union. You know what I mean? My people just didn't have it, so I didn't even ask. I just knew. I said, I'm going to thug it out here and eat these ramen noodles. And homies, because I'm going to tell you, my first hustle was weed. I would get red hair cess for $40 an ounce.
Mm-hmm.
$40 an ounce. I would bag that shit up, dog, and I'm going to tell you, ain't nothing like that Reggie, dog, because it was an apartment full of Long Beach.
We was getting it for $25, man.
And they would come over.
Hey, treat still like out of town, nigga. Still, I got this deal for you for the phone.
When I was making money, but then what happened with that, I had roommates that smoked weed. So they started stealing my shit. And so I was whooping them niggas' ass every day. And then that money is a little bit slower, because, yeah, I'm going to make a couple $100 on the weekend, but you got to think about it. It was dudes on the team that drove, I'm talking about, kitted out. What was them trucks they used to, El Caminos?
Mm-hmm.
They had El Caminos, Samurai Suzukis with the beat. Yeah. I started looking at that. I said, man, I had to sell a whole lot of
good. I'm out here looking.
I had to sell a whole bunch of red hair sets, dog, something like that. And then your boy found me.
You ain't gonna throw your cousin under the bus. You gonna throw the G homie.
For name.
Tell me this. Don't mind people knowing his history.
You can't find
I can't watch the different open. You know what I mean? But Fonby said, Fonby, cuz. That's why he told. Cuz. You a big nigga. Ain't nobody go fuck with us. Because Fonby was kind of spoiled. And Fonby is a warmonger.
He got at you like how the nigga got at Daz on I Don't Like to Dream About Getting Paid.
And he was like, man, can't nobody fuck with us. We go take this corner. So me and Fonby really went to go take Ohio and Anaheim. I'm talking about from some niggas that was older than us. Mm-hmm. And we didn't have to do much. Fonby coached me up. He said, Steele, don't be smiling and just stand out there and just goon. And that nigga, and I was stood up on the corner, that nigga came out there, you could tell they was coming, and they'd watch, they'd come to the corner and look, and they'd peek, and then I did like this, Fonby gave me the strap, let them know, like I'm holding this down. Next thing you know, I had the other homie out there, it's about 3 of us. So Fonby put the homie on one corner right here, then at the end,
BDP,
we had it just
Love
going, we
had
a little system, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like Warren. Warren came back in your phone. Love's gonna get you.
Some dudes get in the game because they want to make fast money or the imagery or whatever. That was just the aspect. Like, I just need to get some bread.
Man, I was hungry, dog. I didn't have no money. I was trying to go to school.
That's why most people.
I was hungry. It wasn't about greed. It wasn't about that. I wanted to eat, dog.
Yeah, I want to know, like, on this side, like how what was the introduction of, I guess, crack or rocks, you know what I'm saying? Like, who was the first person or people that made you see that, dang, this the thing, this the vibe, this niggas making money like this?
It's always been there. It's just that in the South, it stayed in the dope man hands longer than it did everywhere else. Mm. See, it stayed in the grown people hands. Like, they didn't give it to kids that, like, everybody else was probably balling in New York or LA. It was like, here, it was,
right.
It still had them old men in the neighborhood like, nah, you can't do certain things. So that's where it didn't really get off the chain for us selling crack to after like mid-'80s. You know what I mean? So really, I'm looking at the Miami niggas is really what had this shit on.
Our thing, we did.
Yeah, it was Miami started out like 10, 9. They knew what crack was way before Georgia did. So
Miami was fast.
But they was coming.
Yeah, they had the work.
They was coming. They was taking over Georgia. They took over every project back then. They took every project.
That's kind of how they did in Cleveland, man. But It wasn't a hostile takeover, was it?
No, because at the same time,
Make everybody in that project some money.
yeah, everybody in the project eating, and we also had the influx of LA at that time. See, I know Yellow Ice from Compton. Like Yellow Ice been here since the 80s. Like it's been Shoreline Crips been here since the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's Crips been here and Bloods been here, but they moved with they certain Atlanta dude and they got money. They didn't bring the hood. They just stayed. Yeah, they came in like Ice-T, like, I'm here as an LA nigga, talk to me. That's it.
That's probably why the banging never got bad out here, because them dudes came out here with money.
Nah, they would just come out here and lay. They would come out here to the west side and they'll lay in a project and they just LA, and we would respect that. But at the same time, it was so much money. The actual banging thing, it was about money more than it was about banging. You know?
Yeah, you don't come way out here to bang. You come out here to get some money.
So
you know what I mean?
that's what everybody was on.
We always had that conversation. Like, I know, like, in summer vacation, that's the conversation. It's like a hostile takeover, but I would imagine most of the things that happened wasn't really hostile. You come to somebody with opportunity for them, especially in Atlanta or Georgia, probably in the 80s when the property was still like Georgia. I remember Atlanta. I remember somebody was like, man, I got something that's going to get you $500 a day.
Yeah.
That's life-altering money around here. So you ain't got to fight nobody.
Like Georgia,
help all 10 of us?
because Georgia Tech was really Techwood. That was the projects. That whole all the way from middle of downtown all the way back to this side. That was the project.
See, you talk about Techwood, it's interesting. I've been watching the BMF, you know, the whole little Meeks thing with his son and they're acting, and they mentioned Techwood in there.
Because Techwood was like 4 cities inside of one place. It was like 4 Atlantas, but it was all projects.
Was it really one dude from Atlanta that tried to hold them dudes out for the longest?
Yeah.
Because they said it was a dude.
It was a dude named Terry White used to run that.
That's probably who they talking about.
Like, that's one of the dudes. He was the first dope boy that they caught in Atlanta that had $1 million in the wall. Like he had been doing, you know.
You know when
numbers.
I knew it was real, man, back at home, my cousin JT. You know, JT was a baller.
Yeah, I love Jay.
Like my cousin, he really got busy. But I knew enough real drug dealers. All that, like, you know, this ain't no diss to Ross, but, you know, we talk about all the stuff he do.
It's different, yeah.
I knew dudes that really was balling. They didn't carry themselves like that. They was very low key.
Nobody carried they
Shit, nigga.
Not then.
Hood was walking around in motherfucking work suits and shit, driving buckets.
They was learning out the game.
Pull up at their crib, nigga got the cleanest lowrider in the garage and all kind of shit. But when you see that nigga on the street, you be like, this nigga.
I'm thinking about me and Jay and all them. Like, I don't really
That's why
the pad or none of them.
Yeah, I think niggas got the game fucked up because of hip hop. Hip hop is flamboyant. Hip hop is in your face. You know, look at me. Look at my chains. Look at my shoes.
New York streets is like that. LA streets.
That's what I learned when I got to LA. The first time we got to LA.
LA streets.
Yeah, I just went up.
If you see somebody a little too extra, he probably figured it out.
I went up to my son.
We got those rules from Mike Concepcion.
Yeah.
As soon as we got to LA, they brought us to Mike Concepcion house, and he told us the rule: no jewelry, no colors, and stay with Scotty Spencer. That was the 3 things he told us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, was cool. Never had a problem.
Scotty Spencer, Scotty moved us around LA like we went everywhere.
And you notice y'all still got that pass a day in LA because LA love Goody Mob, dog.